Uh, Excuse me. Well, well, well. Fuck, man. Mm. Starting? Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned? What the fuck? Wow. Yo, what it do, my fellas? Man, Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned today? That's fucking crazy, man. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is tonight. What? You should be on any second. That's right. Oh, it started. What the fuck? Or- It's whatever, my dude.
Was a video.
Fuck. God. Raggedy ass bitch. I don't know about that. That sounds kind of silly to me. Uh, yeah, that's kind of what I would get. That's what I would think. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, she just got the W. Yeah. Oh shit.
Turn of events. And honestly, I don't know what to make of it, but we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk tonight about President Trump's meeting with Zohran Mamdani in the White House.
Oh,
Very
wow.
funny. It was a funny meeting, and I was curious to see how it would go because they have had a pretty contentious relationship. Trump, in the end, backed Andrew Cuomo in the New York City mayoral race as an independent, and ultimately that did not work. Of course, Zohran Mamdani carried New York by more than 50%. So he defeated both Cuomo and Curtis Sliwa and got more votes than both of them put together.
Both their asses.
And not only that, but Zohran has attacked the president as well as the president's immigration agenda. The president has attacked Zohran Mamdani viciously and made fun of his name and made fun of him as a guy. And the Republicans have been vicious. I saw super chats during the mayoral election, and I couldn't believe, but I guess nothing surprises me anymore. But I couldn't believe people actually bought this. During the mayoral race, you had all these people saying that if Zohran Mamdani wins, then New York is finished. New York is finished. They said because all the billionaires, they're just going to pack it up and they're going to move to Florida.
Okay, sure.
And some of you people, because you learn nothing, you never learn, people actually believe that. And they said, if Zohran gets elected, man, New York is finished. Everyone's going to Florida and Miami will become the new New York. Never going to happen. It's always like that. Every election they say that. We're all going to move to Canada. If somebody wins the election, we're out of here.
That's ridiculous.
This is the most important election of our lifetime.
Like they're not going to cut deals with the guy.
Yeah, and they keep
That's what
going
they
no matter.
always
Nothing
do.
ever really changes. Everything keeps going
A
exactly
socialist
the
or a
same way.
communist comes in and they cut
And
deals.
so this was coming from the Republican side. They called him a jihadist. They called him an Islamist, a communist, all these, the usual stuff. He's going to ruin the city. And now they're not only meeting, but they have a very congenial meeting.
Yeah.
Trump meets
sure.
with Zoran, and it's chummy. It's friendly. I think it's mostly one-sided. I don't know that Zoran, he didn't look particularly friendly. Trump was very friendly. He seemed enamored with the mayor for some reason. I don't know why. But that was very funny and unexpected. And what's, to me, very rich about it is that this just demonstrates time and time again, it is the masses. It is the vulgar masses, the throngs of the plebeians, of the peasants. All of the propaganda and the polemics, it's only for them. The influencers that peddle it and the politicians and billionaires that pay the influencers to peddle it, they don't even believe it.
No, they really
don't believe it. They're just saying that it's tactical. They're either purchasing it for political benefit, and the influencers, well, they're getting paid to post it. All of that resentment and all of those emotions, those belong exclusively to the lower classes. Because that was the story of the election. You remember during the mayoral race, they said he's a Marxist Islamist, he's a jihadist, he's an immigrant, he's a third worldist, he's anti-white, he's a race communist. Remember this?
Yep.
And this slop was being fed to us, fed to a Twitter audience and the boomers, by
the
Fox
boomers
News,
always
by
eat that
the
shit
Peter
up,
Thiel
man.
Network, the Bronze Age pervert types.
What's going on?
These idiots on Twitter like Jack
Pretty much,
Posobiec
dude.
and Raw Egg
Pretty much.
Nationalist and all
That's
the
how I
usual
feel about it
suspects.
now.
They said he's a communist Muslim, cannot be elected. And in the end, Trump not only invites him to the
Bends the
Oval
knee.
Office, but he's enamored with him. He's actually sticking up for him.
Well, Trump's a New Yorker
Zoran's
at
being
heart.
asked, so do you think Trump is a fascist? And Trump says, just say yeah. Sure you think I'm a fascist. Who cares?
That's
Conservative
hilarious.
journalists are grilling him. Trump says, I'll stick up for this guy.
Good.
So what happened? I mean, talk about cutting your legs out from under you. All of Trump's plan trusters, all of Trump's loyalists, they're screeching about race communism and anti-white. And then Trump hangs out with the guy and says, I like him. You know, me, I like him.
Trump's always been that way.
It's all
though.
fake.
Always.
It's all kayfabe. All K. What is it? K-fob, kayfabe. It's all professional wrestling. It's a soap opera. So we'll talk about that too. Should be a pretty good show. Before we get into it, I want to remind you to smash the follow button, smash the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the
Fake
show.
wrestling bullshit.
Check out our store, Fuentes.store. We finally have credit card processing.
Oh, wow.
So I know a lot of people
I'm fixing to
did
get me
not.
one of them hats.
Well, they
and-
were not
and a
able
shirt,
to
for
purchase the
sure.
merch because up until now, we've only been able to accept Bitcoin. We've only been able to accept cryptocurrency. And that's because I'm banned from all
really
payment
fucking
processing.
Went hard on
However,
his
in the
ass.
past couple weeks, we were approached by an exotic payment solution provider. I'm not going to give any more details about that. But we were approached by a group that specializes in high-risk payments for people like myself and similar high-risk enterprises.
He's getting
I guess
so
the talk show
much
counts as that.
ink
And so we
spilled
finally
over
got
his
the
name.
credit card processing. If
They're-
you've been waiting for
they probably
that, or
came
if
right up
you've
to
not
him.
been able to buy the hat because you don't know how to use Bitcoin, we finally have it. Fuentes.store. Get your
Yeah, I'm
hats
definitely going to get a blue one.
and get your t-shirts. The Wang Half t-shirt. Soon
Nice
we will
Wang
have the Wang Half hoodie, and we might have some other options
He needs
soon
to break
as
out
well.
and do some different stuff, too.
Maybe right
Extra
around the
stuff.
corner for Black Friday. So we do have the credit card processing just in time. If you've been unable to get the merch, check it out. Fuentes.store. Also, get your subscriptions at AmericaFirst.plus. If you want to join the $100 a month club on AmericaFirst.plus, subscribe and you get access to a group chat with me. I was in the group chat this morning. I think I dropped about 45 minutes worth of voice messages. I basically did a bonus show already today. That's kind of why I was a little bit later.
That's what's up.
I'm a little tapped as we approach the end of the week. So if you want access to exclusive content like that, make sure to subscribe. Like I said, AmericaFirst.plus. That's the website. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to dive into the show. Oh, one other thing. I'm not going to be here on Monday. So I told you yesterday I might do a show tonight. Here I am, but I will not be here on Monday. So I'll be back on Tuesday, just so you're not caught off guard if you're watching live or the replay. I will return on Tuesday with my next show. Okay. With that out of the way, we're going to dive into the show. I'm pretty tired, I got to tell you. It's been a long week. Doing these full weeks, it's very taxing. 5 shows a week, that's a lot. That's a lot to carry a show. And a slow week. There's like no news. Nothing has been happening in the news at all. So we have been getting creative around here. And we've been stretching the Tucker cost as much as we can to get some content for the show. But tonight, of course, we've got some big news. We're going to dive in. And our first story, I do want to talk about the Marjorie Taylor Greene resignation. Huge news. And a big surprise, big shocker.
It is.
This came out of absolutely nowhere.
When I seen
it makes no sense on some level. Marjorie is
it doesn't.
Relatively young. I mean, she's an older woman, but she's relatively young for a congresswoman.
Yeah, compared to the rest.
As far as I'm aware, I think she's more popular than ever. She has easily won every election since her first election, I think in 2022.
I mean, she probably got the call, something like that.
She's been around for a long time. She's been learning the game. She's been quite popular. And like I said, the resignation follows her total and complete victory over Donald Trump.
Yeah, after she
concerning
held
the bill,
fire,
which will force the DOJ to release the Epstein files. Donald Trump has been working overtime to cover up the Epstein files, to bury them, to distract people from them, to persuade the members of Congress that want to get them released to stand down. He's really pulled out all the stops to prevent this from happening. And it was only this week, I believe we covered it on Monday and Tuesday. It is now headed to the president's desk for a signature. It is only this week that the bill finally passed, and it did so with the defections of 4 MAGA congressmen, Thomas Massey, Marjorie Greene, Lauren Boebert, and Nancy Mace.
Marjorie Greene cashes
This was the latest and arguably the most intense conflict between Marjorie Greene and President Trump to date. It seemed that this is a relationship that had been fraying for some time, maybe due to political reasons. Marjorie's very ambitious. I think we all know that she has ambitions to run for a statewide office like governor or senator of Georgia. I imagine she was angling for the vice presidency last year. At least that's what I've heard. I always thought that was idiotic, but other people insisted that would happen, and it didn't. I imagine she was angling for a cabinet position. And so it would seem to me that she is basically somebody who outgrew Congress, but found herself reaching a very low ceiling. And it seemed that the party leadership, perhaps Trump included,
she just
was not keen on elevating her any further.
Seems sketch.
Perhaps they recognize that she doesn't have a very high ceiling. I don't think she has what it takes, actually. I don't think that she has the right personality. I don't think she has the right politics. I don't think she's smart enough to become the governor, the senator, the president. I think everyone recognizes that. And so they want to keep her around as a staunch, energetic ally in Congress. They don't see any future Senate campaign or governor campaign with her at the top of the ticket that has any chance or any kind of legs or anything like that. And so I think there was some maybe political disagreement. There was maybe a political clash, and by politics, I mean purely politics. And of course, that has manifested as a policy disagreement. I think that as Marjorie has grown frustrated with her current standing or lack thereof, I think she has decided to rebel against the party and against Trump in particular. It's also the case that Congress across the board is rebelling against a deeply unpopular president who seems to be hemorrhaging support with independents and especially lately, even with Republicans on key issues like the economy, issues like immigration. These are Republican issues. These are Trump issues. His support is dying. And so this has been the theme of the past year. Marjorie Greene being what she is, she blows with the wind. She goes and bandwagons wherever the people are, whatever's popular, that's what she embraces. She serves as a bellwether, a weather vane for where the MAGA base is at, given that she is arguably the first or the second class of MAGA congressmen or congresspeople. At the same time, I think she's willing to represent that because she's dissatisfied. She's unhappy. She doesn't want to be a congresswoman for 40 years. She wants to be the senator, and then she wants to be the president. She wants to be the secretary of education. She wants more, and it's not being given to her. And that's very clear. We'll talk a little bit about why that is, how we know that. And in any case, so this relationship has been fraying over the past year. It's political, but I think that Marjorie has seized on some very real popular sentiment. It also shows that it's not just political. There's also more to it as well, even if it's opportunistic. And this really metastasized until eventually it turned into an open conflict, an open battle between Marjorie and the president over the Epstein files. And Marjorie, standing with Thomas Massie and Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace, these were the four Republican defectors that insisted, and they voted and worked along with the Democrats on passing a bill in the House forcing the release of the files. Because of that, Trump put Marjorie in the crosshairs and has unleashed a vicious attack on her in the past couple of weeks, calling her a traitor and saying actually that he would go to her district in Georgia in the midterms.
They must have really been
maybe
bearing down
campaign
on her.
for a potential primary challenger and work to unseat her and take the nomination from her as the incumbent. And that's a major escalation and a major betrayal.
When she's just talking to
considering that Marjorie Greene has been one of Trump's closest friends and staunchest allies in Congress, one of the most conservative members of Congress.
She freezes
and
up.
In fairness, the areas where Marjorie has broken with the president, these are areas where the president has broken with the people.
Yeah, she
Marjorie disagrees with the president on H-1Bs, on bombing Iran, on foreign aid to Israel, and on the Epstein files. These all happen to be MAGA America First issues. These are America First labor, corruption, and foreign policy issues. And most of these things are things that Trump campaigned on himself. Perhaps not specifically H-1Bs, but Trump did campaign on not starting new wars, on an America First foreign policy, and on releasing the Epstein files. He's not delivering, and these are the areas where Marjorie has disagreed. In response, Trump has totally pulled the rug out from under her and declared an open war on her. Marjorie retaliated against the president. She replied, and she said that because of the statement, she's been getting death threats. She says that people are threatening her, harassing her, doxing her. She's in fear for her life. And Trump has totally dismissed that.
Blame her.
Now, the big news came today on Friday that she is resigning.
I know Megyn
And she
Kelly's
talked in
feeling
her
it too.
resignation message about this conflict. She talked about how she's frustrated with the lack of change or willingness to change in Washington. She wrote about how she is disappointed and saddened about the conflict with the president. She also writes about the pressure she's under and the danger.
Yeah, that's kind of what it
And
seems
she says
like.
that she will be resigning effective January 5th, 2026. And as of right now, that's it. If there is some deeper reason or greater reason, she didn't say it or imply it. And if she has any future political ambitions, she didn't say that either. And we'll work through this. This is from the New York Times. This is the news story about it. It says, quote, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, the hard-right Georgia Republican, said on Friday night that she would resign from Congress in January An announcement that came days after President Trump branded her a traitor for breaking with him and helping to force a vote to compel the Justice Department to release its files related to Jeffrey Epstein.
Man,
Ms. Green, who was elected in 2020 and positioned herself as a diehard Trump supporter until a series of ruptures with the president on a variety of issues, made the abrupt announcement in a video and statement she posted online, filmed from her home in Georgia, with her Christmas tree on display behind her. Important detail there. She said, quote, "Loyalty should be a two-way street. We should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interest." She said that she had been cast aside by MAGA Inc. It was indicative that many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well.
That's how it feels.
In a phone interview with an ABC reporter, Mr. Trump called her plans great news for the country. Love it. Love that.
Yeah, me
It is
too.
extremely unusual for a member of
him.
Congress to up and leave in the middle of a term,
I mean,
barring an illness or some extenuating
seems to me
circumstance that makes it impossible to carry
it's always
on.
just saying what
But
he
Ms.
thinks,
Green said she had
you know?
made the decision to
We're getting
leave
his
because
hot
she did
take.
not want to endure a
Not what
hurtful
he's
and
paid
hateful
to
primary
say.
against me by the president that
Don't
we all
really
fought
trust
for,
any other
only to
influencers.
fight
They're
and
all
win
a
my
bunch of
election while
shills.
Republicans will likely lose the midterms. She added, "I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better." That's a really weird thing to say.
Yeah.
It's called you fight?
Right.
What do you mean a battered wife? You're not married to
Then
the
obviously
president.
politics was just not.
And you're a
meant for her.
congresswoman. What are you talking about? I
Right.
refuse to just hope it all gets better. Well, who's going to make it better? You have to fight for that. You have to battle.
She just expects.
I refuse to be a battered wife. What does that even mean?
Go
Who
through
wrote
it
this
without
trash?
any slings and
I
arrows.
refuse to be a battered wife. What are you talking about? That part does not make any sense. Ms. Green, who arrived in Congress in 2021 as something of a pariah in her own party, has tried out many different ways of doing the job. She carved out a singular space on Capitol Hill as part of a group of lawmakers at both extremes of the ideological spectrum, less interested in legislating and building up seniority and leadership suites, and more interested in influencing politics from the outside, using social media to troll adversaries.
Are reading from
This
the
is
script.
just the worst written article. She briefly acted as a team player, forgiving an unlikely alliance with
if you have to
Speaker
read
Kevin
from a
McCarthy that
script,
brought her some internal
isn't
standing
what
in the
you're meant
Republican
for. You're not
conference,
meant to
landed
do
her on
YouTube,
prime
you know what I'm
committees
saying?
that Democrats had removed her from. Stephen
Go be an
Bannon
anchor
said
person.
the House is not big enough for her ambitions or personality. She had her committee assignments pulled by Pelosi in her first term and rose to be a national figure. We haven't seen or heard the last of MTG. In the Friday Night Post, Ms. Green said her last day in office would be January 5th. So here's the thing. I have mixed feelings about the whole story. The whole thing is a total surprise. And I think the statement is basically a fake statement.
Yeah.
She made this big, long video and she addresses some of her grievances and ostensibly she explains her decision, but I think we all know none of this is true. There's
bullshit.
some other reason that she's resigning. None of this makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think it points to one distinct possibility, which might be the most obvious.
She got the call.
She wants to be the president. She wants to run for president. Everybody knows that. The 2028 primary is soon approaching.
She just
You've
got that
the
victory.
midterms in 2026.
Everybody's like,
Shortly
yeah,
after the midterms, which the Democrats will almost certainly take over the House, is 2027. And in 2027, both parties are going to have a wide open primary. Trump is term limited, so the Republicans are going to have a wide open primary. It's anybody's game. And they'll be competing for Trump's endorsement as well. It's truly going to be wide open for the first time since 2016.
Less vicious.
And really, that primary started in 15. So we have not had an open primary, or we will not by the time of the next one, for 13 years.
Yeah.
12, 13 years since it has been anybody on the ticket other than Trump. You know, over a decade. That's a very long time and very unusual.
It isn't.
So, of course, everybody in the Republican Party with ambitions is acutely aware of this. DeSantis, Haley, Pence, Vance, Noem, Rubio, Green, like all these people,
or Haley,
and even many outsiders, they're all deeply aware, hyper aware, you could say, hyper conscious that what Trump is a lame duck. He is a lame duck president that will not have a reelection, and everybody is acting accordingly. And I told you it would be like this, although when I was telling you this last year, I was strictly talking about the cabinet. And I guess I didn't really even consider that this would also afflict the House and the Senate. And that's something that maybe people didn't really take into account, which is that everybody's expectation is that the second Trump term will have no rules because Trump is term limited. He doesn't have to worry about reelection. People said that would be a positive. People said that would be actually helpful. That without having to worry about reelection, Trump could be as radical as he wants. He could be extreme. He cannot be held accountable. That was the idea going in.
He's been a total
This was going to be a radical second term. He was going to be our vengeance, deliver a golden age. And he would not be constrained by public opinion or thinking about reelection, donors, all those petty considerations. But I told you last year, no, the opposite is true. The exact opposite is true, which is that because the primary will open up, everybody in the party is going to be doing nothing other than angling for the nomination.
Trying to get their
so
name
people
out
in his
there.
cabinet are not really going to be focused on delivering America first, which might be a risky business. Because to actually deliver on Trump's agenda, you might have to be deeply unpopular. You've got to be invested in the success of the administration for the 4 years, for the full 4 years.
Trying to maintain your fucking
image.
If
you're angling, however, to run for the nomination in 2027, which is really just 2 years in, do you have that kind of commitment? Are you invested?
Hell no.
Or are you going to be risk averse? Are you going to be doing things that are only good PR, doing things that only have an upside or a value for a potential presidential run? And people have a memory about these things. So you have to acknowledge, you have to understand that the Secretary of State, the Vice President, the Secretary of War, potentially the Secretary of Homeland Security, many in the Senate, many in the House, many of the governors even.
The worst fucking choices.
They are all thinking about this deeply. And so their eye is not on the ball. And so what is maybe the most obvious here is Marjorie is resigning from Congress because she's got presidential ambitions. And like I said, this is also specific to her. And I said earlier, we know for a fact that she's ambitious. She ran in 2020 as a MAGA congresswoman when the Democrats won the majority. And very quickly, she was sidelined. And I think also sort of typecast as a hillbilly, as a hill person, a Trump radical, someone like the New York Times describes her, who is not interested in building a coalition or working across the aisle or passing legislation, but she wants to be a social media influencer. She wants to pander to the furthest right edge of the MAGA base.
These guys have that are running.
So she was taken out of the game quite early. She lost her committee assignments. She was marginalized really by her own party as well. And then in 2022, when the Republicans retook the House, Marjorie Greene sold out. And she went and made a deal with Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy is not MAGA. He's not loyal to Trump. He's not loyal to anybody. He's like the epitome of a spook.
Swamp creature.
He lives with Frank Luntz. They share a house in D.C. It's weird.
That's fucking
He takes tons of foreign money. He should have been the speaker many years ago, but he got blackmailed out of it. Like, this guy is he is like the definition of the D.C. swamp. The definition of everything that's wrong with the GOP conference.
No,
and in 2022, when Republicans gained back the House by a hair, it was very difficult for the Republicans to choose a speaker because there was nobody in the House that could really command a large number of votes besides Kevin McCarthy. And the more radical members of Congress from the Freedom Caucus or from the emerging MAGA caucus, they didn't want to support him. They don't like him for the same reasons that I do. And Marjorie Greene basically made a deal with Kevin McCarthy and said that she would help him get the speakership. She would quell the MAGA uprising. She would mediate that if he would elevate her in Congress.
With,
and so there Marjorie was with
Gates.
Milo Yiannopoulos, her Jewish pedophile assistant, her lapdog. There they were on election night in 22. They said cheers to joining the swamp. And Marjorie Greene sold out the MAGA base. She did a lap dance on Kevin McCarthy. She busted down for him.
I don't think she is all that
She
great.
whipped
I mean,
the
she
votes.
is a
She
good
attacked
representative
Matt Gaetz.
the way
She
voted
attacked
and
others
stuff,
that
but as
didn't
a
want
person,
Kevin McCarthy to be the speaker. And then she got her reward. She took her money like a whore. She got her position, and she was put back on the committees.
they show their ass.
But it wasn't
and
enough.
Comes off gross.
It wasn't enough, and it didn't work out. Because, of course, Kevin McCarthy crashed and burned after just a year.
Yeah.
Kevin McCarthy did not hold up his end of the bargain to Matt Gaetz and to the others. He did not deliver the January 6th Capitol Hill riot footage. He did not deliver on auditing Ukraine aid. He did not deliver on restricting the out-of-control debt spending by refusing to lift the debt ceiling. He didn't do any of that. As a result, he was bounced by Matt Gaetz. There was effectively a vote of no confidence by Matt Gaetz just before October 7th.
Failing, all the ones
Kevin McCarthy was overthrown and replaced with Mike Johnson.
The ones that are...
So Marjorie lost her sugar daddy in 2023. She made this deal. She sold out. She became deeply unpopular. Everybody recognized that.
Gaetz.
And then her sugar daddy, well, he lost anyway. And Matt Gaetz then eventually lost his position because the swamp retaliated against him.
Yeah.
But this wasn't enough for Marjorie. Marjorie wanted the committee assignments, and she wanted to make this deal to demonstrate that she's a serious player. Because she wasn't happy being a Paul Gosar. She wasn't happy being a Thomas Massey. She, in other words, did not want to be stuck in the back of the classroom and be in Congress being the nut job, ridiculed and laughed at and not taken seriously. She wanted to be the governor. She wanted to be the senator. She wanted to be the vice president. She wanted to be in the cabinet.
Yeah.
She's very ambitious. So the reason she made the deal with Kevin McCarthy to get the assignments, it wasn't just because she wanted the committee assignments. It's because she wanted to start to build up her credibility. And she wanted to change her reputation. She wanted to repair her reputation as the hillbilly MAGA congresswoman. She wanted to be the bastard you could do business with. She wanted to be the woman that, okay, you know, she's demonstrating her political chops. She can make compromises. She can be a team player. She can eat shit and get attacked by the base in order to help the party. And she thought that not only would she get her committee assignments, but maybe one day the GOP would select her to run for the Senate seat in Georgia or to run for the governorship. But that was delusional because she does not have what it takes. She is not smart. She's not very good looking. No offense. This is politics. It is what it is.
It is.
And what's more, unfortunately, she is just not politically viable in the state of Florida, which had in 2020 two Democrat senators, which had, you know, Brian Kemp as the governor, who is not a radical at all. In other words, you can't be the MAGA congresswoman. You can't be what she is and be the statewide winner in a state like Georgia, which has become a purple state, which has become a pretty contentious state between Republicans and Democrats. So Republicans, I'm sure, told her that's never going to happen. They said governor, senator, vice president, cabinet post, never going to happen. You've been a congresswoman for what, like 4 years? And you got nothing going on. And nobody likes you. The Democrats don't like you, you know. And so I think what very clearly happened is that she hit her ceiling. She sold out, but the party was not going to really give her everything maybe that she expected to get out of this. She made this proverbial Faustian bargain. She made her deal with the devil. And as is always the case, the devil actually doesn't deliver. You sell your soul and you don't get what you think you're going to get. So she sold her soul. She gave up her credibility and she said, all right, am I going to be the governor now? And they said, get the fuck out of here. You're not going to be the governor. Be happy you're on a committee. They said, be happy you're on a committee. And maybe in 10 years you could be, maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll have that conversation. So she got rug pulled just like everybody does, just like they always do when you trust the party. And by the way, there's a lesson in this. Everybody thinks they're playing the system. The system is playing you because they made the system and they wrote its rules.
Of course.
So everybody thinks they're going to instrumentalize the system cynically. They're going to infiltrate. They're going to subvert. Everybody thinks they're going to make a pact with the system with their fingers crossed behind their backs, thinking they have no idea I'm just using them to get ahead. When in reality, you cannot make deals with the system because the system was here before you were born.
Any deal you make, they get the better end.
And the system wrote the rules.
No matter what.
And the system, it is the water in which you swim. And so the idea that you will get an advantage over the system, it is not mathematically possible. It can't happen. The idea that you're going to pull one, you're going to pull a fast one, you're going to sneak it past the goalie, it doesn't work. The house always wins. That's why it's the house. That's how they make money, because they make the games and they pay the dealers. So, you're never going to get an advantage. And I've been a believer in this for many years. All these people, they go in there thinking they're going to, I know better. I know what I'm doing. No, you don't.
Up out of that.
Marjorie Green, you should have stuck to your daddy's construction company.
Yeah.
You do not know how to play. They're smarter than you. They've been there longer than you. They're more powerful than you. It was never going to work.
They're more connected.
She sold out her supporters,
all their buddies are
thinking
in
that she
there.
could make a pact with the system. Surprise, surprise, it didn't work out. Kevin McCarthy got blown up. Her deal got blown up with that. And anyway, they don't even want to run her for a higher office. So where does that leave her in 2025? Well, understandably, she's pissed because she thinks she deserves more. She's
Nick is the best
star fundraiser.
Stuff.
She's famous. She's got a big social media. I think the clout got to her head, and she's thinking, I deserve more. I'm not getting everything that I deserve. And I think she starts to resent the president. She starts to resent the GOP. And politically, she sees an opening, which is that there is some discontent in the Republican Party about the war in the Middle East, about the war in Ukraine, about some of the statements on immigration, about Epstein. And I think Marjorie finds her leverage. What's going to be her third act? If her first act was MAGA nut job, second act was traitor, sellout bitch. If her third act is going to be, how do I get the initiative back? I will become the voice of the discontented MAGA. If you're not going to listen to me as the team player, I'll go right back on the outside. I tried to be a team player for McCarthy. If you're not going to give me what I'm owed, then I'm going to become a problem for you. So she finds an opportunity, which is to become the mouthpiece and potentially a lightning rod for some of this internal dissent in the party concerning foreign aid to Israel, concerning Tucker, concerning the remarks on H-1B and the Epstein files. And over time, she grows more bold and more outspoken and builds up this catalog of issues. And it starts to really represent like a distinct position, because if you disagree with Trump on labor, immigration, foreign policy, and Epstein, that's like a platform. So it culminates in this battle. Trump slaps her down hard. Now, Where does that leave her here in 2025 after the big Epstein dispute? I think that potentially this is one explanation. She recognizes that MAGA is a sinking ship. She's right. The Republicans are going to get destroyed in the midterms. They're going to lose the House. And even if Marjorie runs in 2026 and wins, if Trump tries to primary her, it's going to be a vicious battle. It's going to be ugly. Battle lines are going to be drawn. It's going to be unavoidable. And she might make a lot of enemies. And certainly she's going to take a lot of hits. If she has Trump and AIPAC and the Jewish lobby going really hard against her for a year, she's going to get bruised up, even if she wins. And even if she wins, she's going to be entering a Democrat-controlled chamber. They're going to take her committee assignments from her all over again, back to square one. So maybe Marjorie is just jumping off of the sinking ship. She doesn't want to play that game. She is going to avoid getting bruised up in a primary, avoid getting attacked, getting ads ran against her, getting maybe blackmail disclosed about her. And she's going to gear up for the 28 primary. Maybe that's the angle. Maybe that's the idea. Perhaps that's the goal. Another explanation is, who knows, maybe they got something on her.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe she's afraid. Maybe they have blackmail on her. Maybe they have something, because she's not the first person to leave under mysterious circumstances.
No.
And she's also not the first person to leave under mysterious circumstances who became a problem for MAGA Inc. Matt Gaetz comes to mind.
That's what I was saying.
Do you remember the tale of Matt Gaetz? Matt Gaetz led the coup against Kevin McCarthy in September 2023. When Kevin McCarthy, or rather, when Matt Gaetz and the MAGA caucus shut down the government, Kevin McCarthy worked with the Democrats to open the government back up. So Matt Gaetz, with a single vote, initiated a vote of no confidence. Kevin McCarthy lost. He was overthrown and he was forced to resign. His own party took the speakership from him. Matt Gaetz led the charge. Kevin McCarthy resigned. After that, the Republican Party had it out for Matt Gaetz. They started to investigate him. They talked about releasing damning evidence about maybe past sexual or romantic relationships. And so in 2024, after Trump won the election, Matt Gaetz was nominated for Attorney General. He was never going to get the votes for this. I don't know if it was ever serious. It became clear he would not get the votes. He would not be confirmed in the Senate. There was talk that the blackmail would be dumped on him, and so he withdrew himself from consideration and then dropped out of Congress. So he won re-election in 24, was submitted as a nominee for Attorney General, withdrew, and then dropped out and would not take office after his re-election in 24, which was not necessary. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that was really weird.
And a lot of people said, maybe they had blackmail on him. And Matt Gaetz is another MAGA caucus guy. He fought Kevin McCarthy and won. He was another guy who was maybe not loyal to the GOP conference, not loyal to the system. And he also mysteriously resigned, and now he's at OAN, and it's kind of sad. And he's another one that's become a big Israel critic. Oh, well, thanks. Now that you're at OAN, now you want to criticize Israel. Right. That's super helpful, bro. You were a congressman for years. You were well known. And now that you're on OAN, now you found the courage to talk about Israel. Profiles and courage. Thanks. Helpful. Awesome. Hero. And it also reminds me of Madison Cawthorn. Madison Cawthorn, same deal. Young guy, pro-Trump, MAGA, very conservative, loves the Roman Empire. He goes on a podcast and says, it's Sodom and Gomorrah in D.C. There's orgies and sex parties. What do? Primary challenger. They release all this blackmail on him. He loses the primary.
Wow.
And now I think he's mounting a campaign. I think I saw him on Fresh and Fit the other night. So that's great. So Madison Cawthorn, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Greene all have met the same fate. They all got elected to Congress. They stood up against the system, And then they got slapped down. They got pwned. They got slapped down by the machine.
Pwned. Huh.
They're all MAGA, all pro-Trump, all anti-establishment. They all had their own ideas. They were all famous. They all maybe got a little too big for their britches.
Mm-hmm.
Very ambitious, not tactful. Very disruptive, not strategic. And each and every one of them got annihilated by the system. And I imagine most likely that is what happened with Marjorie Greene.
The current.
I don't think actually this was a strategic move. I don't think this was a tactical move because it makes no sense.
No, it don't.
If you were going to take on the presidency or some other higher office, you would do so as a congresswoman. And if Trump is crashing and burning, then you can articulate that in your position as a congresswoman or in your campaign. You can run as a survivor.
Yeah.
The only reason why you might not want to stick it out is because if you do, they'll have the ability to make it really painful for you.
They've got something.
So I'm not buying her explanation. I also don't think this is some segue into future political run. She might do that later, but I don't think that's the impetus behind this. I imagine she was either threatened or blackmailed.
Exactly, yep.
And I think that's the urgency. I think that explains the timing.
It's like she had to do it
Trump
now.
On Epstein. It's a
she could have waited a couple months.
I said it on Monday. I said, don't underestimate what a big deal this is. It's a huge deal. It's a mutiny.
Would get let off.
And Marjorie and Thomas Massey and Boebert and Mace, they led the charge.
Somebody was putting the screws
and for her to announce
really
her resignation just a few days after that, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I think she was threatened. I think that she was blackmailed. Something happened, but it was made clear to her that if she runs,
it's not going to be good for her.
Her political career is going to end. I think that was intimated to her in some way, shape, or form.
If you run,
and
it's not going to be fun.
This is why I have mixed feelings about it. On the one hand, I stand with her in principle. If she's criticizing Israel, if she's criticizing foreign aid, if she's criticizing H-1Bs, if she's criticizing the GOP conference, in principle, I'm with her. And if she got punished for that, then I'm with her.
Yeah.
The reason I'm actually relieved to see her go is because she is not a principled person.
No.
This is not a principled person at all.
Not at all.
She is a craven political opportunist. She is an egomaniac. She just isn't that smart.
Yeah.
And you know, on some level, it's the more the merrier. The more people are saying the message, it's a great thing.
But not if
I think
messengers are idiots.
Someone like her, I don't trust her. I don't really see her as a viable leader. I don't see her as a leader of men because she is a woman. Yeah. And I don't think that she actually really took a brave stand at any point in her career. I think that it was popular to support Trump when she supported Trump.
Exactly.
I think that it was convenient to support McCarthy when she did that. And I think that when she took up the mantle of dissatisfaction with Trump this year, again, I think that's where the wind was blowing. And so I don't think she's very principled at all. I don't think she's taken a principled stand in her life. I think she's reactive. She follows the trends. She follows and reacts to things that happen to her. And so I find her to be not only untrustworthy because she lied about me and lied about her relationship with me and lied about her views.
That was fucked
So I think she's a liar. I think she's not courageous. She is a follower, a bandwagoner, so she has no principles. She worked with Kevin McCarthy, and if it wasn't for Matt Gaetz, we would still have Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
And it would have been her fault.
Scum.
When it was convenient, she sold us out and thought she was smart for doing that. And in the end, the only reason she sounds like us or adopted our talking points is because we popularized them, no thanks to her.
Yeah.
They became popular, no thanks to her. She didn't talk about this stuff. She didn't vote this way. She voted for foreign aid to Israel over and over and over again. She voted for foreign aid to Ukraine until it became unpopular.
Until we get people in there.
Good riddance. I agree with Trump. It is great news for the country. And if the loyalty thing is true, loyalty does go both ways. She was not loyal to me. Good riddance. Everybody
riddance to
always
bad
wants to be
rubbish.
ecumenical. You know, Tucker was telling me, why are you attacking these people? Hey, they attacked me first. He goes, who cares? Okay, so which is it then? I'm the problem for attacking people, but them attacking me is, I should ignore that?
Right?
No, fuck them. And Marjorie Greene, good riddance. Enjoy your honeymoon with your weird husband at RSBN. Good riddance.
Her
Goes, who
husband
cares?
is
And by the
RSVN,
way,
that's
she's a
lame.
woman. So I never liked that to begin with. The idea that we were going to be led by a woman was, I'm surprised how many people fell for that. She's
Fuck. Why does this always happen on Rumble now? Like, and I've seen other people have the same problem. I've seen several people in the super chats bring that shit up.
Ags worship her because she's a what? Because she's a badass bitch. She's a boss ass bitch like fucking Beyonce. Give me a break. So I agree. I mean, I think she's out of place to begin with. She should be home.
Yeah.
You know, she divorced her husband. She got remarried. There's some weird affair going on there. Some weirdo stuff going on there. Her husband, her new boyfriend from RSBN, is always posting pictures of them fucking
That's
hugging and
gross.
kissing. Hey, nobody wants to see that, man.
Nope.
Aren't you guys both 60? Nobody wants to see a couple of 60-year-old crusty boomers making out.
Ugh.
It's just kind of gross to look at, for crying out loud. Anyway,
And she would do
So
workout
I'm
videos and shit.
actually
like,
glad
God damn
about
it,
the
keep
development.
that shit to yourself.
and you
woman.
know what? You got to fight it out. I mean, look, either she got threatened or blackmailed and she's bowing out, and who knows what's being told to her, or she's dropping out because she's weak. You
Either
got to
or.
stick it out. She
Either
goes,
way,
I don't want to
she's
be a
not-
battered wife waiting for things to
she's
get
not
better.
what we
Why did you
need.
get elected to Congress then? You get elected to Congress to fight, to represent. And isn't that her whole deal? Is that she's fighting for the people. I'm a fighter. I'm a truth teller. I'm doing this. Oh, and then it gets a little bit difficult.
And she's out.
Then it gets a little bit hard. You've been there for 4 years. You've been there for
Isn't that
4
two
years,
terms,
almost 5
two
years
sessions?
now. Couldn't hack it. That's why I'm so, at the end of the day, there was a critique of me many years ago where people said that I was hurting Congress people's careers. Their careers mean nothing compared to this movement because, and I used to tell people in private, people like Marjorie Greene come and go.
Come and
It's a
go, yeah.
revolving door. You think you're a big shot because you're working in a congressional office? You're not. These
you're
people are
pawn scum
disposable.
in the
They come,
Congress,
they go.
House of
They rely on
Representatives.
donations. They're not inspiring. They're not even that smart. If they can lay down their career to confer legitimacy upon this movement, it'll be the most productive thing they've ever done.
Yeah.
So I
he's
remember when
right,
she
too.
went to AFPAC 3, people said, oh, you're hurting a MAGA congresswoman by association.
Right.
I would say that me associating with her, that's the best thing she could have done
It confers
at the time. Now she's
realness.
done. Now what? Now what? I remember people in Matt Gaetz's office acted like big shots. Oh, well, you know, we're with Matt Gaetz. Oh, yeah, you know, well, we're with Madison Cawthorn. Oh, we're with Marjorie Greene. Who must go? Who must go? How many cocksucking GOP apparatchiks, how many wannabe student council president strivers, House of Cards LARPers, how many ambitious dorks and nerds working in these congressional offices looked down on this movement and said, oh, the Groypers, oh, what are they up to? America first? Yeah, okay.
And now who's,
where are
who's
they
on
now?
everybody's
Who
lips
must
and
go?
tongue now? Nick.
Marjorie Greene and the whole operation, flush, the whole operation, Isaac and everybody over there. Hey, Isaac, flush, bye-bye, bye-bye. Yeah, I know. Really, honestly, she did them a favor. I can't imagine anything less dignified than working for a woman congressperson.
And one this is
I can't imagine anything less dignified than that. Having to get
she has
schlepped
no
around by
common
her,
sense. She just seems like a
making her
ditzy
gay-ass
fucking klutz.
podcast that gets no views, and writing her talking points and going to the villages, going to the blue hairs in the nursing homes. Actually, she did them a favor, nothing less dignified. Flush, goodbye. Bye-bye, Matt Gaetz. Bye-bye, Madison. Maddie, as they call him. Bye-bye, Marjorie. Bye-bye.
Toodaloo.
Bye-bye. Where are
Cheerio.
they now? Yeah, I'm a little unhappy with those people. So it's a little bit delicious. And you know what? Here's the problem. All these various people, these congressmen, these people that work for them, they don't have a clue. They don't have the vaguest clue as to how we're actually going to get out of this mess. What's the big idea, actually? What's the big idea? Let's say you're Marjorie. Let's say you're Matt Gaetz. Let's say you're Madison Cawthorn. Let's say you're Paul Gosar. What's the big idea? We're going to vote in lockstep with Kevin McCarthy forever?
And get what done?
That's going to take us to the promised land? We're never going to take risks with our rhetoric, with our vote. We're going to live in fear constantly of a little piece of paper slipped under the door from the leadership. We're going to live in fear that we're not going to get money from the conference. They don't have the vaguest clue, and that's irresponsible about how we're going to get to the promised land. For them, it's like they're going to build out their career. They're going to get reelected and get donations and get the privileges and the perks of being in Congress while they're basically working with the enemy. And they're never outspoken and they're never bold.
I would consider.
And in the
Kevin
meantime,
McCarthy
they
the
disavow people like me. In the meantime, these types are
They're
disavowing people like myself. Madison Cawthorn called me a right-wing nut.
Around.
Remember that? Called me a right-wing nut. And Marjorie Greene says, oh, I don't know who that is, and making up shit about me on social media. Who's going to save us? You?
No,
Who's going to move the Overton window? You? Where is the Overton window? At the nursing home? Who's going to do it? Who's going to fight the battles? Who's going to make the arguments?
Those shills, those scumbags.
So this is just a lesson. It's like, in the end, all these congressional offices are somewhat worthless.
You know, Nick,
they're worthless in the sense that
it so far.
They played it safe. They were risk averse. And in the end, it didn't even matter. These people that were elected like Gaetz and Green, they played it safe. They never took risks. Gaetz did something honorable with McCarthy. I'll give him that.
He did torpedo.
But generally speaking,
McCarthy.
They didn't speak out. They didn't fight. They barely did anything. They didn't help the nascent America First movement at all because they thought they were playing it smart within the machine. And in the end, it didn't even matter. In the end, what did they have to show for it? Nothing. The country, the Congress, the policies, it is exactly as it was.
Talk.
Arguably, Mike Johnson is worse than Kevin McCarthy. Worse. And many people in Congress believe that. So even to the extent that they overthrew McCarthy, now we just got Mike Johnson. They just replaced him with another
more of a stuffed shirt.
With another Petri dish creation. He might as well be Eric Cantor's DNA. He might as well have been grown in a laboratory from one of Eric Cantor or Paul Ryan's stem cells.
Nice.
So
Paul Ryan.
This is just a message, which is you have to tell the truth. You have to fight. You have to take risks. Playing it safe profits you nothing.
It doesn't.
Because that was the dogma from all of these people.
They have to
I've
take
dealt
risks.
with all these people in one way or another, and they always slam the door on my cock because they said, oh, well, we got to live to fight another day. We got to play it safe.
Shit.
That's not really politically possible. Okay, and how did that work out for all of you?
Trying to lead by
How did that work out? What did it profit you or the movement or anybody? Nothing. So I agree with Trump. Good riddance.
Yeah.
Uninspired. We need a new generation.
We do. These fucking boomers.
We need a new generation of congressmen that are just better and smarter.
And as soon as they
hiding their power levels, understand what it takes, working behind the scenes.
They're the ones holding
Not so
back.
terrified. So as far as Marjorie's concerned, just another in a long list of has-beens, could-have-beens.
So propagandized.
Yeah, I'm really... I really think she's a ridiculous person. So I hope she feels safer now. Now that she's resigned, I hope she feels safer. I hope she doesn't feel like a battered wife. She can take care of her kids. She can make out with her RSBN boyfriend some more. But I agree with Trump. It's great news for the country.
Yeah.
I want to move on. We're going to take a look.
It is the.
I think at our super chats,
He
because it's
just
been an
says
hour.
no
Maybe
filter.
we'll talk about the Mamdani thing. There's not really too much to
concerned
cover
with,
there. So I think we'll just do a shorter show. We'll take a look at our super chats tonight.
His facade,
and,
or how,
we'll see what you guys have to say about all this.
He's not concerned about how he looks in the long term.
Let's take a look. Yeah, I really have nothing nice to say about her.
I don't either, though.
And the reason why
anything that impressed
is because when this movement
she
was
just showed her ass the whole
in
time.
a difficult spot, she tried to destroy us.
Yeah.
You know, when we did AFPAC 3, she came out and said she doesn't know who I am. And then when one of our guys got exposed by the SPLC for working for her, she threw him under the bus and fired him. And then she let Milo manipulate her into trying to attack me and making up bullshit about me, sicking the FBI on me. Fuck you. Fuck you, and good riddance.
Wow.
She's pushing around that lie about Ali Alexander on behalf of Milo. Milo's running her social media. It's like, you're worried about pedophilia? Worry about the guy working in your office, you stupid bitch.
Right, Milo's
She accused me of
psycho.
some sick crap like that from him. Good riddance. Goodbye. So I have nothing nice to say about her. And the Kevin McCarthy thing to boot. She's cheersing. Cheers, we sold out to the swamp. They think it's cute. It's
That's
not cute.
so disgusting.
You haven't been cute for a long time, if you ever were. So good riddance.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Anyway, we're going to move on. We'll take a look at the super chats. Someone says, Nick, let it go. No, you can't let it go. You have to remember who these people are.
Yeah.
Because if they had it their way, we would have
fucked.
nothing.
Yeah.
If they had it their way, we would be in the tubes. You know?
Alexander Emmerich sent $20. Hi, Nick. White guy from Brazil
when
here.
you tell
it's
the
really crazy how the
truth,
right wing in Brazil
you
believe
don't
their
have
country
to
is part
worry
of the West,
about
as if they were living inside of a bubble, and they
upholding
reject racism,
lies
even
and
whites.
maintaining
Anyway, do you think white
lies.
minority in Brazil have any chance, or should they go back to Europe? Many at Sul do Brazil.
I don't know that anybody in the right wing believes that Brazil is part of the West. I don't know who that's referring to.
Glib Glockdorf sent $30.
Right.
At the end of the Tucker interview, it looked like he wanted to continue the conversation, but he abruptly stopped and looked down. I thought it was kind of funny. Did you expect that? God bless.
I don't remember the moment that
Fahan
happened.
sent $50. Amazing message. Nick, the way you addressed it is admirable, and you may not realize it, but your words will change the world. My question is about your favorite, Matt Walsh. Don't you think it's too late for him to join the America First movement, and does he still deserve a place despite being one of the last to accept it?
It is too late. I think at this point it is way
It
too
is
late.
too late for Walsh.
The only thing that needs to happen is he just
He's a
needs to blow
fucking
up Daily
shill,
Wire
man.
by quitting. And honestly, it's so late in the game.
Brett Cooper left.
The level of
and this
complicity
faggot
is so
still there.
high.
Bro.
So, yeah, I mean, the idea that we would ever embrace him, it's
loser.
getting harder and harder with every day that passes for us to do that.
He's too concerned.
Because the
you know,
guy
he's got
knows
a
the score and he's
family.
just a part of it. He's just working for the enemy, openly, explicitly, knowingly.
It's acceptable to him to
So
work
it
for
might
the
be a little
NMS
late in the
and
game
stuff.
for that.
Boskiot89 sent $20. Hello, Nick. You've reignited my Catholic faith. I love your work and everything you're doing. I've made grow-wipers out of my whole family. Even my mom and stepmom are fans now. Do you have any book recommendations?
That's
I
the
bought
one
the
thing
Israel
I
Lobby
wanna
after
say
hearing you
about
mention it twice now.
grow-wipers. Like,
Sending prayers and
even
support
me,
from
I
Detroit.
Immediately get my family into it. Like,
Book
you listen to
recommendations.
this guy?
No, I don't have any book
Deirdre sent
recommendations.
$35. When will you and Richard Spencer do another
I
child?
come from
I don't
you
know.
Deirdre sent
when I was-
$35. When will you and Richard?
all the
Kurt
way
Batman
through
sent
my
$20.
adulthood.
The Jews
Rush
are not smarter
Limbaugh
than
was
we are.
alive.
Rather only cleverer and craftier. Their
This
system
is the
cannot be
only
defeated
guy
however.
that I've ever
They follow
seen
entirely
that
different
could
moral
hold a
principles than we
candle
do.
to Rush
It can only be
Limbaugh.
broken through
And I
political
think
means.
he actually
JG.
might be better.
That's just cope. That's just cope. They're very smart. And
But Rush
you know,
Limbaugh, his allegiance,
what benefit
his
does it confer for us to
bona fides
pretend
were
that isn't the
impeccable.
case when you say, well, they're not smarter, they're just more crafty?
just like Nick.
Well, okay, well, what would you call that? I would call that smart. What would you call cleverness? I would call that smartness. Don't be a goy. Don't be a goy and cope like that and say, they're not smart. They're just like, dude, they are smart. They are smart, and that is why
Jews
they're
are
winning.
smart.
So, you know, the answer is not to get mad about it.
I'd
and
rather
be in
have
denial.
a smart enemy, though.
The answer is to get smarter. We have to get smarter. We have to get a lot smarter. We have to work harder. We have to
forget
get
what I
smarter. We
seen it
have
a
to
little
be
while
better.
ago.
We have to be better at it than they are.
An Israeli
So that's not
was
helping
saying
anybody to say,
he
oh,
would,
well,
if
they're
he had
just
the
not
choice to
playing
get
by
rid
the
of
rules.
Muslims
There
or
are
Christians
no
or
rules. We're in a
Muslims or
knife fight.
Catholics, he would choose the Catholics or Christians.
They follow
which
entirely different moral
they
principles.
would choose white people.
That's true, but
And it's because we're the
you know,
only
that's politics.
worthy
You
opponent
can't
that
hate the game and say
they have
that's
ever
not
come
fair,
across.
you know, and throw the controller through the TV. You got to just get
Big
better.
Bro I percent $25. Love the stream. Keep up the good work. Also wanted to say happy birthday to my nigga Noah who put me on her content a couple weeks ago.
All right.
Jesus
Love to
first
hear
sent
it.
$20. Hey Nick, I'm curious your thoughts on the Filioque. My Chicago Orthodox friends see Catholicism as problematic due to the 1095 split over this issue.
I don't really have any insightful thoughts on the filioque.
Shrimpson sent
Actually.
$20. Funny coincidence how all 4 times the Senate condemned a private
wouldn't
citizen
have
Israel by
taken much
anti-Semitism.
out,
In
much
84 the Senate
more
unanimously condemned Farrakhan. Then it was some Muslim, Tucker, and
to have completely
Wow.
taken them off
There you
the
go.
board.
Rigotti sent $30. Nick, this is urgent. Please respond.
Tribe.
I'm a fan of your live streams, but I'm from Europe and
World
can't
War
watch them
II.
unless I stay up all night. Can you start your streams 5 to 6 hours earlier so I don't have to watch you at 5 in the morning? The lack of sleep is starting to affect my mental well-being.
Europeans were united
let me
against
accommodate
you,
World
for
War
sure.
II.
Candace-
They would have
Anything
been
else? You
gone.
want me to fly there
Tony
and do the
Stark
show?
sent $20. Candace said Andrew Kovlet told her right after Charlie died that her and Tucker were possibly next. If someone said you were next, wouldn't her first response back be who told you? How do you know? It's been 3 months now. Candace wants to know who told him that. I feel like that stuck a fork in her investigation. 3 months later she's curious who told him that. Impossible.
I mean, who
Those people
knows?
at
Maybe
Turning
that's
Point,
just a figure of speech. I think every one of us
just
sort
come
of
off sketch
implicitly
to me.
knew that if Charlie got killed,
shysters.
whoever killed him would want to kill us too. So it could be totally innocuous. Not like I have intelligence that you're next. More like, damn, if they killed him, maybe you're next. I think it would maybe be more like that. But I
Stephen
didn't
Chowder sent
see
$20.
that.
Talk shit on Methylene Blue? How fucking dare you? Methylene Blue is the official beverage of patriots. Nothing like cracking some blues with the boys and dismantling the globalists. As a matter of fact, my uncle has been cooking some in his garage lately. He brought some over and we smoked it. I haven't slept in
Okay.
days.
I'm in like a horrible mood.
Operation
tonight.
Wetback 2.0 sent $100. Many people who aren't familiar with the Chicagoland area don't realize how self-segregated it is and in other parts of the Midwest. There are still 80% plus white villages filled with Italians, Irish, German, English, etc. The pan-European identity is very much intact but sadly eroding. It is important people get involved in local politics. You can still preserve this.
I don't really think that's the case. Thank you for the big super chat. Yeah, I mean, there's some towns that are, you know, still Italian, but it's not like it was. It's not like it was in the old days where you had Little Italy and you had neighborhoods that had a distinct ethnic identity. That I don't think that's really reflects reality.
Operation
what you're
Wetback
saying.
2.0
We do,
sent
but they're not
$25. Nobody sees
white
Mexicans as part of the
ethnics.
Chicago identity. That 14% of yours is showing. This is a no-cope zone. I live 10 minutes west of you, am 10 years older, and didn't know a Mexican until I was a junior in high school. They stay in their own areas and we avoid them to this day.
Asians
Also,
or-
whites make better tacos.
They
Anything
take
but
over the whole
Europeans.
west side. What are you talking about? You're telling me Little Village, Pilsen. It's true. The Mexicans only came here in the past 25, 30 years, but they're very much a part of the identity now.
Boris Time sent $100. Good evening, Nick. Thank you for all that you do. If you ever pass through Staten Island, for some of the best pizza on the island, go to Lee's Tavern. Owned by a Catholic
Why
Italian
are
family since the
always
60s.
talking
Up
about
until recently, Staten
food?
Island was majority Italian and Irish
Who
Catholic.
gives a
Have a
shit?
good weekend.
Okay, if I'm ever there, I'll do that.
Post Malone
Thank
sent
you.
$20. Have you ever heard of John Bellion? And if so, what's your favorite song by him? I believe he worked with Yale Donda 1. Dude's crazy talented. He's also Christian and Italian. Thanks and stay safe, bro.
I don't know him.
Locomotive sent $25. We reached the point in time where MAGA are calling you a leftist in disguise because you want to form an alliance with progressives. Maybe I'm naive, but isn't it a good thing to get Americans to stop fighting each other over useless issues? Why is the right so
Right,
against it? Even Shoe Zero
I'll
had
put
agreed
down
with you.
my arms
Stupid
to-
also sent $21. Isolation is sacred.
with the
Hey, Answer.
leftists.
Thanks
If
for the
they're gonna
show.
I'm not an
Overgrowth
isolation.
they're
Floor sent
going
$30.
to,
I know the real reason you want to get
Or were you talking about what I
unite
said
with us to
yesterday? Yeah,
defeat
like
the Israel
Overgrowth Floor sent
lobby
$30.
all
I know
day,
the real
every
reason you want to get
day.
with Candace is because you want her future reparations check. Gotta play the long game and make money moves. Few will understand this, but real Wanga Fs play chess while these other niggas play tic-tac-toe. Gen X Wang sent $30. Sup. I've put up a podcast of AF that is an audio rip from the Rumble stream. Not making any money from it and don't plan to. Just creating an option to listen that I have been wanting myself. Want to make sure it's kosher with you. I can take it down if you'd like. Thanks and blessings to you and yours.
Yeah, don't do that.
Rian
Thank you, though.
12345 sent $20. Uncut Shapiro talking shit. The thing this mystery meat Anglo say actually need to be heard more broadly. May I suggest AI translating its ravings in French, German and Italian? Osti Dangla de Mart. Jamal Freeman 22 sent $25. Hey Nick, how do you manage to be online 20 hours a day and still be out of touch? Harambe Swaggercock sent $20. I don't know what's worse / funnier. Candace implying they killed Charlie to get her to shut up about Brigitte or Vance possibly leaving his wife for a better chance at victory in 2028. Usha was seen without her wedding ring at Camp Lejeune yesterday.
She always does that.
Brody H127 sent $20. Yos, hate to see a white. Gavin Kramer sent $20. Happy Friday, Nick. I'm sorry to see Marjorie Taylor Greene go.
I've
She was a
really
mixed bag, but she
soured
fought
on
for the right side in the
Vance
end.
lately,
I liked your
too.
point on tariffs last night, but what
He's
will you
just
back
not
our
the
dollar on to
guy.
reduce inflation in the future? Cuban
Nothing.
Roy percent $25. Love that you
He's
always proclaim the
definitely
truth of
not
the
the
church.
guy.
God bless.
Thank
Overthrow
you.
sent $20. The church didn't decide the canon. God did when he inspired it. A highest authority, which scripture is self-attesting.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Renegade sent $22. 85% of Muslim refugees actually end up in Muslim countries. How do you address their global dispersion? Logistically, they're the largest growing population because even their shitty countries have high birth rates. They're not culturally homogeneous like Hindus or Chinese, so you can't stick them all in an ethno-state without probs. Renegade sent $22. They're mad at your clip yesterday where you said you didn't hate Muslims enough. I'd like to think that Muslims slightly contributed to your success, indirectly, thanks to all those Palestine protests which kept the focus on Israel's genocide for years. Maybe that was our kingdom of heaven moment. We still respect our POV.
Thanks. I don't know that we ever had a ton of Muslim followers, but you know, I don't hate
Hal
them.
Chu sent $50. Hey Nick, I'd be interested to hear your perspective on chess. Is it something you find intriguing at all, or does it not really capture your...
Sad.
Tommy Boy sent
Why do you care?
$45. All my niggas hate Martin Luther. Paul Skiarni sent $100. Tucker is
It's
speaking
a cult
currently on
of
early release Patreon for the
personality
Sean
thing.
Ryan show
Some
talking
people,
shit in
they
circular
just-
statements for 2 hours about you. You are winning.
They have
Stay
to
strong, brother.
obsess.
Just a wang
or
up.
something,
Thank you for
I
the
don't
big
know.
super chat. I appreciate it.
Creepy.
Yeah, I don't like that he keeps calling me an anti-Semite. What the fuck is that? He didn't call me an anti-Semite on the show or in person, so what is that?
Right, and Nick even
You
said
know,
it's
like,
not.
well, you
the
know, we dinner
Jews
for
per
3
se, like,
hours, then we do a show, we do this big
it's
interview.
not-
Now
it's
I'm
not
an
by
anti-Semite.
dint of
Since
DNA.
when? So let me get it straight. First, I was a gay fed in my parents' basement. Then we're totally kosher.
How they're raised.
Now I'm an
Their
anti-Semite.
culture,
So what the fuck is that?
It instills this pride.
You know? He goes on
It's
for
ridiculous
3
pride.
years. He's been going around telling everybody, "Oh, he's a Fed. He was a Fed at J6." And what else did he say about me? Everything
Oh,
you can think of. He
definitely
was
does.
trash talking me to anybody who would listen for years.
Most of the super chats
to
are
Alex
people
Jones,
trying to glaze
to
him, or
groups
just
of
they're
people.
talking about
I heard this
stupid
secondhand from a
shit.
lot of people. This guy was talking shit about me
Like,
for years. He worked
He
on that
only
hit
answers
piece.
the good,
Then he goes with Candace Owens
actually
finally and says,
interesting.
you know, oh,
super
he's
chats.
a weird gay kid, came from nowhere. He's a Fed. He's the David Duke, blah, blah, blah. Then I do a show. None of that.
He chalked us nuts.
Oh, let's just not talk about that stuff. Okay, if we're friends, sure, let's not talk about it. Now I'm an anti-Semite. Oh, okay. So what is that?
bullshit.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like fakers. I don't like
It's
fakers.
almost like
I don't like people
Tucker said
that
it says he's an
I don't like the
anti-Semite
put on. Like,
to get the heat
just
off of
cut
him.
this shit.
Because since
Cut
he
the
did
act.
the interview,
Like, see, I'm so over
they've been
that
riding
kind.
him like a
It's
Shetland
deeply
pony.
frustrating.
So he's
to
throwing
just kind of
Nick
have people
under
lying to
the
your
bus
face, playing games like that.
to keep
Oh my
the stink
gosh.
off his name.
Maybe I'm just not cut out for
disgusting.
politics, but that's just very like two-faced.
It is. That's
You
exactly
know,
what
is it because they're on his ass
He's
now, or
weak.
what is that? But he's going
Exactly,
around
it
saying, "I
is.
disagree with his anti-Semitism."
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I may have interviewed him, but I disagree with him.
Sorry, are you Ben Shapiro now? What is anti-Semitic about what I say? Honest to God.
Nothing.
I go
Nothing.
on the show every night. I say, I don't hate anybody. Don't attack people physically or verbally. We don't hate them. We don't want to hurt them. We don't want to take their rights. We just want them to be loyal to America. We don't.
Or leave.
They can't have power if they're abusing it. What is anti-Semitic about that? Honestly,
They are. They're super mad that they have to deign.
it's
Or,
and
you know,
he's totally
really didn't
playing a
give
game
Tucker
with
a
me right
choice.
now,
He
where he's
kinda
trying to go around
really
and
leaned
say,
on him.
you know, we understand and we pity
Megyn Kelly,
him.
like
And we
that,
just want to know why people like him. Why? So you can
Yeah.
reverse engineer it and make some other guy
Exactly.
that isn't like me at all?
Megan was saying that.
You want to know why people like me? Why? So you can kill me and then take my audience?
Yep.
Is that why?
all these pundits.
You want to
on
pander to my
conservative
audience,
pundits.
take me out, and then you're going to
Why
give
don't
my
they like
audience to
us?
Rufo and Lomez?
Why
or
do they
JD
like
Vance or
Fuentes?
something?
He's so different.
It's all bullshit. I'm getting real tired of all of it.
The last pirate sent $25. Gen X is with you. We give up
It
support.
is tiring.
Thank you.
Like they
Yeah,
refuse to
Gen
even
X.
watch his
$30.
show.
You were with
for-
Trump or you were against him.
like,
okay,
an
boomer. Only
episode.
as if deals and absolutes. The grow wipers will do what we must.
Ugh.
SS Edmund Fitzroy sent $100.
And you can
During the
tell
campaign season, I thought
that
you were being overly
none
paranoid
of them
about
have
Trump,
watched
but
it
no,
by the way
I
they
got
talk
you.
about
Never
him.
again. I'm sorry I voted for
How
Trump
they
Steinberg since
slander him.
2024. Fuentes was right. Fuentes is right. AF's inevitability is the white
Thank
pill.
you. Thank you for the big super chat. That's the thing. It's like, let's back it up a little bit. People keep saying, why is he so popular? Do you want to know why I blew up this year?
Because he's the only
Because
one
I was
saying
right
the truth.
about Trump. Before I was on any big collaborations, I blew up this year because I was right about Iran.
Yup,
Because
he
I
called
told
a
people
spade.
throughout last year, don't vote. We're going to war with Iran. Tucker was at the RNC. You were wrong. I was right.
Yeah.
That's why people support me. It's not because they're bitter. It's not because they're hateful. It's not because they're angry.
Because they found a
or
guy
they're
they could
losers.
trust.
It's because I'm the only one that's right here. I'm the only independent that, you know, my son doesn't work for the vice president. My dad didn't work for the CIA. That's because I'm independent. I'm like able to say the truth without a pretense. And that's not an
outside
attack
looking
either.
in.
That's not an attack. It's just what it is. I'm not complicated like that. I don't have the same complications because I'm completely on the outside. That's the point I'm trying to make here. It's totally different. You know, I'm so sick of hearing this. Why would anyone like him? Why would anyone like this guy? Because I'm
If they would
funny
watch
and
him
I'm
for
correct.
for an episode, they would know
I'm not
why.
funny right now because I'm pissed off, but they go, what made him this way? What made me this way? I read. I fucking read, and I
He's
see
really
through your
well read.
tricks.
Jew Foundation 88 sent $100. Nick,
He
even though
has
you love
a-
Candace's chocolate
a
scoops,
definite
have you ever
gift
considered
for
digging into Ben
pattern
Shapiro's sister's mommy milkers?
recognition.
You need to thicken up, and I think that could help.
We can't attack his sister. That's not cool.
George sent $50. Your disdain for super chatters is like a stripper's eye roll when her favorite regular walks in. She knows the rent's getting paid, but her soul just left the chat.
Just like you
Riley
said,
Freitas sent
Bacon.
It is
$20.
similar.
What's your opinion on Andre Ventura and the Chega party in Portugal? Very interesting stuff going on. I think America should follow suit.
Shut the fuck up.
Who is this? No offense. No offense to my dear friend Afonso, but what are your thoughts on the political situation in Portugal?
Right? Or the Philippines.
Do Europeans really think that we think of them that way? Do you really believe that? That would be like me going to, I don't know. That'd be like me going to Anna Kasparian. Hey, what did you think about my show? Bro, she don't even know who I am. You know? You're coming to an American. America's the prettiest girl in school. Hey, what do you think about Portugal? What?
Your busted ass.
What do you I don't know. I'm not following that. I have no idea what's going on in Portugal.
God damn it. I'm telling you, they're trying to sabotage his shit. It happens constantly. So not
Fuck
that
is
many
that?
times this episode.
That's just scary because that's like some serious good cop, bad cop, sociopath lying shit. He goes, you're attacking. I didn't attack your family. I said
Right.
your dad is in the CIA, which he was. That's a
Yeah.
fact. We not allowed to talk
Like, if
about
any-
that?
he
Who are
was
we
calling
allowed to
Nick
talk
a
about
Fed, and
now?
Fed's, or Nick's like, yo, if anybody's the Fed, it's you. You're the one that has the family of
I'm the
spooks,
CIA's
man.
#1 critic. My dad worked for them, but you're not allowed to mention that. Got it. Okay.
Luke
Right.
sent $30. Can't tell if Tucker is dumb. Matt Music sent $300. A little
That's
while ago I
insane.
asked what question you'd ask Trump, and you proceeded to destroy me. I get it now.
Thank you for the big super chat.
Daynuts sent $50.
I'm
Glad you
glad
brought
to
Diggs
hear
along
that.
with you into the American First Foundation. I found you through him. Godspeed.
He's been with us for years, but I think he's retiring soon.
Coops sent $250. Celebrating my birthday watching my favorite show. Here's a night at a nice hotel on me. Have a great weekend.
Wow, thank you for the big super chat. Happy you're giving me $250 for your birthday? I feel bad. What kind of birthday is you're giving me a gift on your birthday?
Well, you do give him a gift every night.
Damn. Well, thank you very much for the big super chat. I hope it's a good one. Enjoy your birthday. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good weekend. Have a good time. Have some cake.
MC Native sent $25. Genuine question. How does America First project soft power without giving foreign aid/military intervention to keep up with other superpowers? Example, China supplying these countries foreign aid instead. God bless and have a good weekend.
I'm not against foreign aid. I'm not against foreign aid at all.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
against
just
foreign aid.
Israel
I'm not
having
against
this
military
outsized
intervention
fucking
in
political
principle.
power here.
I'm against specific instances of it where it does not benefit us, but I am not against it in principle at all. Because America is an empire, and I support the maintenance of the empire, and it's cheap. It's cheap. The problem is not that foreign aid to Israel is cost prohibitive. The problem is what it reflects about our country.
Yeah.
They're right. $3 billion a year
It's
is
not
nothing.
that much.
You know how much it cost for the government to cut a
But it's
$1,000
everything
check
else that comes
to
along with it. It's not
fewer
just the money.
than how many people even got it during COVID? It cost $250 billion to give everybody $1,000.
Fuck.
$3 billion for Israel. It's nothing.
It's not.
The problem is not the amount. The problem is not that we do it. The problem is that we do it because it reflects their entrenched influence in our society and because we don't get anything for it.
Nothing.
So it's like, you know, there's some nuance there, but I'm not against
They
it in
try to
principle.
say they
Okay, the
give
prom
us a
sent
lot
$50.
for it,
Rat
but when
traps
you
are big
ask
mad in
them
Charlotte Diocese.
what,
The bishop is implementing
you know,
DC and wants
name
everyone
it.
at the know rather
Oh,
than
well,
TLM.
we
It's
can't
revealing how many
because
Catholics
it's
see our
top
ideologues more
secret.
loyal to the magisterium than the magisterium. Law person to be
Netanyahu
reminded to submit to
literally
Rome.
said
Matt
that.
1618. Vatican City emoji. Have a
Like,
great Thanksgiving.
Bro,
Reno
Very
MD
true.
Dollar sent
Fucking
$100.
try
You are
to
healing not just America, but the whole world.
tell me you're
Please be
giving
careful.
us
I know you hear this
all
all the
this
time,
great
but Israel wants
shit,
you
but
dead.
it's
They will
top
attempt to
secret,
assassinate
so
you.
you can't.
Like Pusa.
Then fuck
Security won't be enough
off.
to protect you.
Okay.
Every time you give a public speech, take public transit.
Thanks for telling me.
Zion Don sent $500. Christ is
Thank
king.
you for the huge super chat. I
Jimmy Stakes sent
appreciate
$20.
it.
MTG pussy down.
That's dude. What do you even say? This guy drops $1,000 every night. Thank you so much. 07's in the chat for Zion Don, the super chatter, not the real person. Thank you very much, man. God bless.
Jimmy Stakes sent $20.
Zion
MTG pussy
Don.
down. You are vindicated on her being a fake ass. Great fall playlist. Thank you. Less than 3 comma.
Thanks. I'm glad you like the playlist.
My Jen's mom sent $100. Son is UW Madison Broker and the agent moms are here to help our kids.
Let's go.
My kids
Yeah,
can help you with
well,
all
me
payments and
too,
banking.
man,
We
but
can do it all for
it's-
you here and why.
it's
We've got
because
your back.
what- it's
Love
what
you
he
and love to the Army
Well,
of
we
NCs.
already got it covered.
The
I appreciate it,
movement
but
and
I think we just got it covered. So, but I appreciate
the cohort of
support
men.
and
Mark
that
Levin
he
moans when he wept sent
represents.
$25. Thoughts on doing a collab with
think
Young
like
Boss?
him.
She's a master debater and absolutely at Dean Withers. 8 equals D Tota.
I don't know who that is, but
And he
if
represents.
she's a woman, probably not.
Grand
But
4547 sent
huge
$20.
swath
Finally getting
of
the Somali pirates
men.
out of Minnesota. Get the fuck out of our country.
yeah, don't hold
That's
your
why I
breath.
say when
$35.
boomers
Rogan is the last
finally
podcast made to
age
complete the
out
generational
of
run.
politics,
Everyone continue to flood Rogan's comments with Nick Fuentes. Low tier
our
patrons sent
age and
$25.
Nick's
Nick, even when are you
age
planning
is
on
gonna
talking to
be
Thomas Rousseau?
unchained,
If not, why not?
finally.
You said in the past you would be willing to work with anyone who would work with you. He said on
That's
Jake
when
Shields'
big
show that he wants to
stuff
talk to you
will start
already.
happening.
You were even both on the PBD podcast. Anyways, great stream as always. God bless.
I want nothing to do with him. Nothing to do. I don't want to talk to him in person, over the phone. I want nothing to do with that. The way things are going legally and politically, that is nothing but trouble. You want to join up in a membership group that looks like a fucking militia with uniforms and everything,
Fuck
and
that.
they're going out shitting on Jews and blacks, and just wait until a Democrat gets in office. It is not hard to see what is going to happen there.
Yeah.
So I don't want to text him.
What they did to the
I
Proud
don't want to
Boys
call
and
him because
shit,
I don't want
fuck.
that in the hands of the FBI. I don't want that in the hands of the NSA.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's
He's a
exactly
regular
where it's
guy.
going.
He represents.
He
young
goes,
white
I
men.
want to text you on Signal. I don't
And-
want to text you on Signal. I don't want to text you at all.
He's
You do
going
your
in a
thing.
direction,
You believe in it.
yeah,
I'm
a
doing
good
my
direction.
thing. Lots of luck. I hope you get out
A
alive. I hope
direction
you
that I can
keep
get
your
behind.
freedom. I genuinely
More
wish him
so
the
than
best.
Charlie Kirk, even.
If he's not a federal agent, he seems like a nice enough guy, seems well spoken. But I don't want anything to do with that.
I really
Because
appreciate
I don't
the
want to go
fact
to
that
jail.
he's a white guy.
I don't want to go to jail. I don't
He
want to
hasn't
be
worked for fucking
because all it's going to take is
Palantir and
one nut
shit.
job to commit some crime, and they're all going down. And then everybody that's talked to
I don't
him is
have
going to
to
have to go through their emails and
Have
tax,
that
and they're
thought
going to
in
have
the
to
back of
cover
my
their
head,
ass.
like, this
I
guy's
prefer
a
not to have to
fucking
cover my
spook or-
ass.
Grand 4547 sent $20. If you subscribe to
Crook.
OnlyFans, you're supporting Israel.
Is that
Zion
true?
Don sent $500. We love Nick motherfucking Fuentes.
Thank you for the big super chat. Whoa, another huge super chat.
Getting
God
fat
bless, buddy.
chats.
Love you too, man. Excuse me. Thank you for all the
Boost sent
support.
$20. I swear Shapiro was in the super chats the other night. Fucking Buster.
You
Low
think?
Gothic sent $25. Any comments on the Groiper who misunderstood the mission and tried coalition building with masked Antifa at a protest? Video is hard to watch. Had the merch on and everything.
I didn't see that, but yeah, that's the move is not to talk to Antifa. Like
No.
they're not who we're
They're
trying to win
psychos.
over. Think they're a little too far gone, actually. You know?
Benjamin sent $100. Hey Nick, thank you for broadcasting interesting shows each night. I have a first-year Chinese exchange student as my random college roommate. From the hours 1800 hours to 3 o'clock, every night, he screams his gibberish into a video game with his Chinese friends. Zero social awareness. The language itself sounds disgusting.
Wow.
I suppose I'm an intolerant racist. America
That's
rocks.
funny.
God bless.
Thank you for the big. They really are obnoxious. They're so obnoxious.
Huh.
They just do not have the same decorum that we do. And I remember because I went to Boston University, it was all Chinese. And the way
man, that
they
shit chaps
eat,
me so hard.
the slurping and the sucking, like they eat
Like vacuums.
with no manners. They eat so loudly, sloppily.
I can't stand that shit.
They smoke cigarettes in the stairwell. They leave the cigarette butts in the stairwell on the sidewalk. They litter. They walk down the street in a horizontal line, no regard for, a two-way traffic on the sidewalk. They talk loudly on the phone, like so obnoxious. So, yeah, these people just need some manners. That's why
really
this country
gross.
used to be racist, because in the old days, a group like that would go into a neighborhood and we'd be like, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
Not we, I mean like in the old days. And that's how the differences kind of got refined.
You had to conform.
Not that I'm in favor of that, but
I am.
now people do whatever the fuck they want, and it's a free-for-all. Now it's a total free-for-all,
People
and
should
everybody
have to
does whatever they
conform.
want. And it's getting very hard to tolerate.
Zion Dunn sent $200. Thank you.
Thank you for the big super chat. Thank you. What is going on
G
tonight?
Disrespector sent $25. 1,603 episodes. 1 hour average on Super Chats. 100 days of your waking life spent listening to Super Chats.
I know, it's
Shish
insane.
Carib sent $40. You and Candace both taking Monday off? Eyes emoji. Don't spank her too hard, Nick. Space Bro Iper sent $20. My DNA test says I'm nothing south of London. But you must be right about dumb broads because a lot of times I find myself to be straight African American brains.
Ugh.
Randy Fine sent $30. The reason our Jew-owned media tells us to not like Russia and China is because they haven't been corrupted by Jewish influence yet. Also, isn't it funny how the Nobel Peace Prize was given to an Israeli first Venezuelan politician instead of Trump? You kiss the ring and they still put you last. Ask Kevin Roberts. Big D67 sent $20. Hey Nick, really enjoy watching your streams. Keep up the good work. Sending love from the College of Charleston. We support you.
Thank you.
Max J. Soto 5 sent $20. Blacks struggle with American society because they were on the losing side of wearing tribes in Africa. The losing tribes were sent to America to work fields. After generations they lost identity.
Really? You think that's why?
Burrito Mussolini sent $20. Hi, I've been a frequent listener since shortly after the Butler, Pennsylvania attempt on Trump's life. You've not only opened my eyes to the true state of our nation and its foreign affairs, you've since then inspired the restoration of my faith in Christ. Can't
Love to
thank you
hear it,
enough.
man.
Prayers to you and the well-being of your family.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
and
much.
get red
Love to hear it.
pills on the
CHWR sent
government,
$50.
and
Rumble
all
definitely
that's
heard you
left
Nadine say
is
that you all
God.
start a website. Rumble chats.
I
Brian
don't
Hallwards
get it.
Jr. sent $30. Ayo, immaculate vibes on your playlist. I highly recommend Three-Legged Dog's new song that dropped today called Set Back the Sun. It fits right in with the cool indie vibes.
Guys, I just can't. I don't know how much more of this a human being can take. This is like the Russian sleep experiment. This show
He's not going to be
is
doing
like a
the super
fucking
chats
creepy
that
pasta.
much
It's like
longer.
we took a
I
guy.
don't think so.
It's like a Mr. Beast video. We took a man and we had him read the
Starting to get too
equivalent
big
of
for that.
YouTube comments. What if we took a guy and we put him in a box and we made him read 300 YouTube comments every night for money and pretend to be grateful for the privilege of reading them? Fits right in with the cool indie vibes. Great. Oh, great. Great.
hands.
Sounds cool, dude. Thanks.
Yes, hands.
Oh, brother. Man, that's painful. That was a tough read.
Poor Richard sent $50. All the Baptards were exposed as being un-American foreigners. Lamau.
Baptard.
Yeah, big surprise.
Danish American Groyer sent $50. I'm 6 feet 4 inches and the XL Wang shirt fits like a crop top. Please add a double XL/slim or something for the big fit guys. Then we
All
can still-
right.
Zion
All
sent
right.
$350. We got World War III before GTA 6. We got mainstream Fuentes before GTA 6. At this point, do we get GTA 6 before Revelations chapter 22? Asking for my Columbia bets. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you for the huge super chat. We need the game, bro. We need the game. Isn't that? I know we talked about it last night because I think you super chatted about it last night too, or you saw someone else did, and you said, I liked it so much, I want to hear it a second time. Well, I remember when GTA 5 came out. You know, I was a sophomore in high school when GTA 5 came out.
15 years ago.
I believe I was a sophomore in high school. I might have even been a freshman. I know it came out in 2013. Was it fall or was it spring? But I was literally I think I was 14 when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. Now I'm 27.
That's wild, man.
I was so young when GTA 5 came out.
Half his life,
I ran
dude.
upstairs. All my friends were at my house. I went upstairs to my parents and I said, hey, so-and-so's going to drive us to GameStop to get GTA 5. Can we go? And my parents were like, Grand Theft Auto 5? I don't know. Isn't that rated M? That's how old I was. I think my buddy had his learner's permit.
Jesus.
Fall 2013. Okay, so I was a sophomore. My buddy had his learner's permit to drive. And I was like, Mom, Dad, can this guy drive us to GameStop so we could get GTA 5? And they were like, I don't know, that's rated M. Isn't that pretty violent? I'm like, Mom, I'm 14.
Right.
I guess I was 15. I'm 15. Let me play Grand Theft Auto.
I was in 9th or 10th grade when
I won't go to the strip club. I promise. That's how young I was. And then when Grand Theft Auto 5 first person came out on the next gen consoles, when GTA 5 came out on PS5 and Xbox One and they had first person mode, I think I was a senior in high school. I think I was a graduating senior. So I finished high school and I was at my buddy's house. He had the first person on Xbox One.
Huh.
Now I'm 27. Now I'm almost 30. When the game comes out, I'll be 28. It's like that TikTok where the kid's dad buys him Black Ops 2, and he goes, Dad, thank you so much.
That's how you got to do it.
And then he's an old guy playing like Black Ops 7. So, good memories, man. Memories. Playing that game, and you'd play it with your buddies. You know, you'd all be sitting around single-player game.
Too.
And, you know, the one guy would just like refuse to die. It's like tasteful. You have to just sort of let yourself die. You go to the military base, you know, whatever. You do what you got to do. But the one guy would just hog it. And it's like, dude, can you just die already so I could get a turn? Can I get in on this?
I remember playing Grand Theft Auto.
Those were the days, huh?
Like that. My buddy.
That's a good one.
Going over to other
SourcePoint sent $50. Does AF Plus have an API for episode details or any interest in collaborating with developers?
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this, man?
Manic Mailman sent $20. I don't know why, but I can't shake the feeling that the Tucker podcast was an Icarus too close to the sun moment. Look after yourself. Skitty Pat sent $100. Nick, need Richard Hart win. The WAG version of Vitalik Buterin accept more money and less autistic. He raised $37 million for longevity research and writes self-help books. We pull numbers and we're thirsty. Ring 18. This is the interview you're looking for. Tactical nuke acquired. Adjacent communities. One goal. Freedom. Let's cook. Say yes, God bless.
So are you him or what is that? I don't know what is the message exactly.
El Guapo sent $30. You're right about everything, but you're still a complete dork. Can't swear that. Not shrinking Violet 007 sent $20. My Gen XS is going to bed. Keep up the momentum, younglings. Flexed biceps emoji.
Hey, good night, buddy.
Realist Jerome says your fall playlist is mid sent $40. Word of the day. Realness. Shout out to the Groiper girlies. Ian Stoppers has sent $20. How do you feel about the rise of the K-pop grow wipers and the recent drama involving stinky Korean matcha feet Groiper Morgan Waldo?
Haven't been following that
School
one.
sent $100. Join the club plus 1 SD super chat after all the hate against you from Jeets and Sojis. Celebrating MTG leaving and saying you're next. Fuck them anti-America MFs. As an F/Cradle Catholic/American born, Indian descent. Please know there's an army of us rallying behind you and we love you. Keep fucking cooking, Nick.
Thank you for the big super chat.
Keep cooking.
Yeah.
Pragmatic Culture sent $25. All the new fags in chat spamming L's for the late start don't know how good they've had it recently. Real ones, me, were there for the shows that started 6 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, you guys don't realize, a couple of years ago, the show would literally start in the morning.
Wow.
The lobby would be on all night.
Jesus.
From like 9 o'clock until I would start the show at like 7 a.m. the next day.
That's fucking crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. It's
so
hard for me to do things on time.
Zion Don sent $200. GTA 6 before Mossad doxes me.
Thanks for the big super chat. Very
Base
good.
Obama sent $20.
Yes.
Verse. Jay-Z. Rothschild. Vurumser. Soros. Blinken Levin. A boomer with no motion question. What do... Mrs. Fuentes sent $25.
I actually relate with
Red
Nick
Heart
a
emoji.
lot.
I just want to feed you homemade bread bowls with cheesy potato soup and give you neck massages after your shows. Tired face emoji. Nuki MC Northface sent $50. You see the Jerusalem Post crying for the Pope to denounce you?
Yeah, it's
Grand
crazy.
4547 sent $50. Please pray for Candace Owens and her family.
I am praying for them. Yeah, I mean, look, we have our differences, but I hope she's doing okay because I know she's under a lot of pressure.
Florida Globe sent $24. I was in Tammy's chat earlier today and he seemed honest about how things were literally falsified. Is he still considered optical? Peace of mind, Boston.
Yeah, I think that's probably burned. I think that's probably cooked. You know, and he's a nice guy. I wish him well, but I don't think a reunion would really be a good idea, actually. I don't know that would make a ton of sense. So I think that's probably cooked.
Sent $20. Check Candace's Twitter. She is firmly claiming she has credible information that the Macrons have paid for an assassination hit job on her. Has she lost it or you think it's possible?
I think that's totally insane.
But I think that guy's on.
KBL sent $70. 4 hours into the show and this nigga finally arrives. On Black People Time for real. But hey, better late than never, Wang 2026.
And yet you're complaining anyway.
Skinny Boy percent $20. Hi Nick, was at Sprouts last night in Scottsdale. Had your show playing loud while shopping. This lady in her late 50s asks what I'm watching. I tell her about you and your interview with Tucker. Then proceeds to tell me she's heard of you. Then gives me the Ted Cruz lecture on God protects those who protect Israel.
Okay, water is wet ass story. Great story. So I was playing your show and then a boomer with... Okay.
Orthodox grow % $20. How is Nikki Haley sending bombs in Israel and not a glober?
Yeah,
Psyop willing to change
that
positions to
person
win?
hasn't been propagandized.
Praetorian gourd sent $100. Favorite gourd? Butternut, watermelon, zucchini, pumpkin, ornamental. Prepared lovingly with grass-fed beef tallow or seed oils? Lord Dave 3 sent $50. Check out Candace Owens' ex post 10 minutes before you started tonight's show. I know you think she goes a little of the edge every now and then, but what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think that's crazy. It's totally insane.
Steve Ship 2112 sent $20. Former libertarian retard. Thank you for the work you do to wake us up. You're the real one.
Thanks.
Jesus first sent
He is
$20.
real.
The Stanford sweat is so on point.
Fuck.
In lieu of what happened. Go
Yeah.
VR sent $20. Skip the super chat if you're gay. Anyways, big fan. Any book recommendations? What can I do for the movement? Much love, not rage bait. God bless. USMC Bean sent $50. Roseanne stopped eating foreskins to watch this. Have a Big Mac on me, gang. Average Grow % $40. Hey Nick, love the show and what you're doing. Since the movement has become mainstream, what are your thoughts on if we create AF armbands for growers? This is non-threatening. Think American Red Cross, and we can show we are America first and be visible. They would look awesome. Not everyone can hide their power level.
Come on, man. It's ridiculous.
How is this like? Why? Why me? Why me? Oh my gosh.
He loves it. They fuck with him now.
Dude, that can't be a serious super chat. I'm begging you. Send another one and tell me you were kidding. Send another one and tell me you're kidding. Tell me that's not
Please.
real. Oh no. If you're wearing an armband, you should be shot on sight. No fucking armbands, if that even needs to be said. You fucking idiot. Oh,
Wes has sent
man.
$20. W credit card
Pain.
processing. Just got my Glory made goods.
Pain.
So awesome.
The horror.
Boy Cardi sent $35. Do you think Trump's victory in 2016 was a net positive or negative for the Jewish oligarchy? On one hand, he has completely unrestrained Israel and succumbed to almost their every wish. On the other hand, the MAGA movement is what opened many people's eyes and sparked this nationalism that is clearly against the Zionist agenda.
I guess it remains to be seen.
What is Destiny's height little nihilistic shallow gremlin sent $31. Hey, love you and your show. But do you earnestly believe the Roman Empire was more impressive than, say, Hitler's German Empire? I saw a super chat of you attacking a German. Was that rage bait or low IQ take from you?
What empire? What are you talking about? What empire are you talking about actually? Hitler was around for what? 12 years? 12 years? Rome stood for thousands of years, and it's still going.
Andy Bobby sent $20. My mom is worried about you and upset because she sees
Pretty
everyone unfairly
much.
attacking you. I told her that's just what comes with the generational run. Can you please reassure her you are tough enough to handle it before she breaks down?
I can barely do that for my own mom. I'm not going to do that
Wiggers
for
and
her
Harris sent
mom.
$20. Can we consider get 2XL Wang shirts, hoodies, etc. in the future? I'm 6'6" and XL is a little small for us tall people.
XL Wang
Gnabre
ass
sent $20.
shirts, hell
Hey Nick,
yeah.
do you have a favorite saint? If so,
White
who and
ass sneeges.
Alexander Zaynef sent $20.
Hard
Huge shout
as
out from a
fuck.
fellow Bulgarian supporter. Keep it up. Having seen Trump's meeting with Mamdani today, I think he listens to your show and took your advice regarding a left/right coalition. Jesus
Think
first sent
so?
$20. MTG dropped because she's close to Cynthia MC Kinney,
Think
not because
so?
she or any other woman thinks she could win the presidency. Who told you to say this? Where are you getting this from?
I don't know. What are you talking about? Cynthia McKinney? I have no idea what that is.
Goyboy98 sent $20. You always mention your clips are blowing up on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can add Facebook to that list. Even the bad clips have comments on your side. They lost. You're inevitable. America First 1776 sent $50. Hey Nick and God bless. The Grow Wipers' right hands are up and we are loyal to America First. Send in the army. We'll demand America First at the 2028 primaries and you'll see thousands of America First hats. High IQ Anti-Semite sent $25. May the Lord be with you.
High IQ
Luca Cap sent $70.
Anti-Semite.
Great plan. Every Tuesday cancel the show instead of doing a slow news week hour. Take receipts of all the crazy Xio posts you see on Twitter for the week and just hit everything with one-liners at all these accounts. Let the Groiper army pile on so people asking how they can help is just support your Twitter purge of these people. Weekly X Crusade. Who is Yeezy sent $25. Candace posted on Twitter that she will be target of an assassination attempt and says she is. Shafinki sent $50. Picture this. Wedding day. Candace looking beautiful in her white dress. Fat Megan sent
What the
$20.
fuck
Nikki
is with
Bats.
all the
I did the show and I need to know.
Candace
In a
bullshit?
fuck, marry, kill scenario.
So
Aryan sent
whack.
$20. Greetings. Just wanted to ask when debating someone on subjects like AI, military, revanchism/annexation, resource exploitation, etc., or any matter of national security/growth, what is the best rebuttal to if they say if we don't do it, China will take will and take over? Illinois First sent $25. Do you think it is possible if MTG was serious about running for president, wouldn't she have just not run for re-election in 26 and stated that as her reason?
Yeah.
JTEO707 sent $50. Oh my holy
She's
Ishmael.
not
Once a
running
Teamster,
again,
always a
I
Teamster.
guarantee- that's
UPS.
guaranteed.
Local 71. You could go live at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. You'd still get 50k live. Fuck you Lucy. Smirking face emoji. Kissing face emoji. Smiling face emoji.
I don't know what that
Neil
is. That
Sylvester sent
means.
$25.
How the
Hey
women
Nick,
are
did you see what
just
Candace Owens
throwing
tweeted about intel she got from the
themselves
high-ranking French official? Z Taylor 2036 sent $50. MTG only took on ideas that we would agree with because she was already an outsider and saw it as a way to attempt to regain some amount of popularity. Christ is king. Love you brother, stay safe. Gavin Carnes sent $20. Why would Marjorie Taylor Greene be worried about blackmail? Doesn't she know it's illegal? WV56 sent $20. Hey Nick, don't want to dox myself but I just got promoted to fire chief of Nick Soda sent $30. Michael Knowles today frustrated over how Somalian terror groups and communities were able to secure millions by the means of getting Somalis and Somali sympathizers into powerful positions in the government and making policies that would help a foreign government with taxpayer dollars. Sound familiar? Now do Israel Knowles. Leveraged Grow sent $20. Candace Owens November 22nd, 2025 12:30 a.m. via X and Pacman sent $20. Why is PDD focused on Islam and not Zionists? It's not the seventh. Well sent $20. When you are 70 years old, it will be nothing but chill ass playing Grand Theft Auto 7. Craft dinner. Catboy Kemi's Virgin X sent $20. Candace Owens November 22nd, 2025 12:30 a.m. via X. In short, this person claims that the macro Snacks and 99 cent $50. Thanks Nick. I heard from Jack Noble, an author/filmmaker. Said he'd talk with you. Pretty big following. 690K on Instagram. Crazy dude that based. Could be a good. America last sent $30. I hear you nuking MTG, but who else in Congress is better? No one. Mike Friescha sent $50. Westloop hears you. Fuck Brandon Johnson. Ash Noel sent $20. Your consistency keeps everyone locked in. Seriously. I swear. The way you carry yourself is adorable. I always got love for you.
Adorable.
Just so you know, way more women are listening than you think.
Off.
Motomoto 167 sent $50. What you said last night about not letting females into male spaces really resonated. Saw it all the time in the Navy. Some female would sleep with the highest ranking guy in the unit and mess shit up. Talman 36 sent $20. Nick, didn't the beef start when you said Zerka can do numerology but not Gary? Willtop host sent $25. You whining about Jews having power is textbook we was can. Bound 2 sent $20. To quote Ye, how I ain't bring nothing to the table when I'm the table. Likewise, how are podcasters/journalists getting pushback for platforming you when you are the platform? Sib608 sent $50. I see a lot of people say you're anti-constitution. If there are any changes of the constitution, what would they? Cunspeed sent $20. Read Hanania about Epstein. He wasn't actually a pet. Mason Kirkpatrick sent $30. Do you do streams at night because you're working construction and ripping darts? Skinwalker Ranch sent $20. Plenty of us 2015 meme crusaders who trained your gen up still around. DJ Whittlevix sent $20. Nick, meet Richard Hart, win the Wang version of Vitalik Buterin, accept more money and less autistic. This Slavic Lukovic sent $100. Saw a clip on Twitter of Height's mom saying that she watches your show regularly and she's a big fan and bro got big mad lol.
These aren't even
Bill
good
Ackman sent
super
$25.
Oh, thanks for the big super
Bill Ackman
chat.
sent $25. Sending love from Hinsdale. You completely red-pilled me on the weaponization of the Hitler myth to cuck white people and the creation of a new political spectrum, making any nationalist policy in America's best interest, not see rhetoric. Keep waking people up. They can't stop the generational
Let's
run.
go, Hinsdale. Hinsdale. Huck Finsdale. Huck Finsdale.
Huh.
LT. Now, LT betrayed me. So I have no allegiance to Lyons Township anymore. They betrayed me. They don't put me on the wall of fame. Fine. I don't care. Maybe I'll go to Hinsdale. Maybe I'll just go move to Hinsdale.
Base Barber
then.
sent $20. As someone who's intelligent and logical, how do you accept extraordinary religious claims like miracles, virgin birth? King of Wessex sent $20. As a Catholic, I'm curious to know what you think of people who say we worship Mary and saints like gods. Pisses me off. Answer if you feel like otherwise. Happy Thanksgiving. AJ01 sent $50. Populist right plus left is a genius idea. Crystal Ball and Kyle don't know we're up against. Israel lobby don't see them as a threat. Israel emoji, lobby are vicious and will destroy you if you don't get your head in the game.
Very
Body
true.
sent $50. Hey Nick, I don't understand how people call you racist when a lot of your followers are Tamil heads like me. Take my Saudi money. You are
Let's
officially
go.
Qatari agent
Please. Dude, can like a Saudi billionaire just give me some money,
boy.
please?
Naz Nasir sent $20. Muslim from Brooklyn here, born and raised. We have a huge Muslim community that supports both you and
Based.
Mamdani. America and New York first.
Oh, yeah.
Based.
Reaper Chop sent $20. I'm seeing a lot of leftists that are
yeah.
pleasantly surprised with Trump's statements during the Mamdani meeting. Could be an opportunity to further the interest of populist compromise. AJ01 sent $20. When the Israel emoji lobby
I think
understood
we
the
have
fact
a
that Tucker was a
lot
real
of,
threat to the Israel lobby, they have been trying to do anything to absolutely destroy him. They are vicious actors. Populist left are naive.
A lot of
Grover sent
comrades
$25. That red Stanford sweater looks great.
in
You're such a warm
other,
autumn.
Am I a warm autumn? I thought I was cool autumn.
Demographs, that would be
What is it, my
equally
color
as
profile?
zealous
What do you
as
call
we
that?
are about getting the Israel
My
lobby the
shade?
Siagro
fuck
sent $30. Hey Nick, have
out
you
of
seen
our
Christ with Cali Girl on
government.
it? She's got some good cuts with you in it. Some real trad wife vibes and she's not ugly. Jeremy Ware sent $25. I'm 48.
Oh
Been
my
listening 2 weeks.
gosh.
I'm not gay, but I think I want to hug your meat with my Lord White
Yo,
sent
what up,
$20. The
gentlemen?
owner of OnlyFans, Leonid Radvinsky, is big donor to
All
IPAC,
the
and I wouldn't be
dudes in
surprised if donated to the
Rumble.
IDF. Big Jewish
Whoa.
Comes Guy
Look a
22 sent
brother up with a
$25.
follow
When
and a
GTA 6 comes
thumbs
out,
up.
will you please joke about offing Ben Shapiro again so Megyn Kelly has another meltdown? Jariok sent $20. Did you see the Jerusalem
Fucking
Post is
Megyn
calling on the Pope
Kelly.
to denounce you? Elusive Nut sent $200.
Can't
If you, the
stand
cousin of
how
black
all
woman, were the
these
last people on
fucking
earth,
pundits,
who would you
they
reproduce with?
they don't even watch his show. They
Well, I have a
won't
cousin. I
watch
can't
it.
really.
But they'll
I can't really
fucking
answer that.
profess
The
and talk
black
shit about
woman,
him
when
like they
that
have.
would be my
Josh J33
preference.
sent $35.
Of
Was it after the 18th
course.
stream?
Is she Candace Owens?
Josh J33 sent $35. Was
A
it after the
Hitler
18th stream where you mentioned
supporter,
Rumble
a
and stuff
Hitler
changed things to
lover,
get
a
super chats?
Stalin lover.
QW.
No.
Nick Fuentes sent
What the
$20.
fuck?
I'm just here to gloss Nick. DJ Whittlevix sent $20. Do an interview with Richard Hart.
Who?
Maria Trinidad sent $20. Piers Morgan keeps saying he is going to invite you to a show. Will you do it?
Maybe. He hasn't invited me, so I don't know.
Victorian Gord sent $50. Favorite board.
I don't know. Okay, guys. Yeah, well, we did that. So that happened.
There's that.
And we did it. And no one can say that we didn't. No one can say that I didn't read all the super chats because we read all of them and I responded to all the chats that deserved a response or called for one, and that's that. Okay, all right. That's your show. That's our last super chat. That's going to do it for me tonight. Another week where we barely crawl across the finish line without committing suicide. So that's a win by itself. Thanks for showing up. That's why we play the game.
I mean, honestly,
that's going to do it for me.
Taylor Greene, I'm glad
that's
to see
our last
her go.
chat.
She
Remember
was kind
to
of a fucking
smash
idiot.
the follow button, smash the like button, leave
Hopefully
a comment.
She gets replaced with
I'm on the air
better.
Monday through Friday, as always. Thank you to our top super chatters. Special thanks to Zion Don, biggest super chat by far. Huge 07 for him.
Yeah.
Big thank you to Matt Music, Coops, Mike, Elusive Nut. Elusive Nut. Praetorian Gord. Operation
Gord.
Wetback. Paul.
Well, shit, it froze up on me again. I'm going to go ahead and call it on that, guys. I appreciate y'all dropping in and watching with me. He's not gonna be here on Monday, but Tuesday I'm gonna do his show again. But I'll probably do some other streams this weekend, maybe even this morning or tomorrow morning. But until the next one, gentlemen,